So seeing all the debts that I owe and that total number after I add them all up is mind blowing. So much so that I had to step away for a second before I can even put this together. But let's get into it. I made the commitment to show up here every week to document my journey and my progress, but I'm not going to lie, it's been really hard. I think I'm overthinking this process and I'm trying to get everything to be perfect, and it is causing me to be a little paralyzed and not make any progress at all. So I am just going to show up and share where I'm at this point in time. And I'm going to do that every week and hope that not only do I get a little bit more comfortable, but my skills evolve and my videos get better, but that I actually start making some progress and some movement. So welcome back. My name is Jen. I'm 47 years old and I'm on a journey to pay off my debt, create a budget, stick to that budget so that I can build a savings and start rebuilding my life. With that being said, I have been trying to really look at my debts and look at how much I owe and just get that number put together, because I really don't know. I know I owe a lot of money, and I know I have multiple credit cards, and I have a loan, I have 2 loans, and I owe money everywhere. And it's embarrassing and it's hard to admit, but I mean, that's the truth, right? I was going to go through everything that happened from the time my marriage ended until now, which is about a year and a half, to get me to where I'm at. And maybe I will eventually, but I just feel like I'm getting stuck in the past, and I just need to own up to where I'm at right now and just move forward, because I've now seen that another month has gone by where I'm just living paycheck to paycheck and just working to pay off what I owe every month so that I'm not late on anything, but I'm not making any progress, and I am not really analyzing what I'm spending my money on. So with that being said, I wanted to take the time today to just go over what debt I do owe. And I don't even think I have a full complete list just yet, but I want to start there and at least see what my minimums are on that stuff. And then the next video, which will hopefully be in the next few days, I will actually start putting together a real budget so that I can make sure that I can pay everything without having to rely on adding to my credit card debt. From the time where I started paying for everything on my own, I have been in this mindset of it will all work out. And I just kept telling myself that. And sometimes it started to feel like an excuse to give myself permission to just spend money. Now, I will admit that there has been quite a few things that I've spent money on over the last year that I absolutely did not need. It was a little ridiculous, but I can also admit that I have a habit of, whenever I'm feeling down or even when I'm not, when I'm happy, one thing that I always do is spend money. And sometimes it's on things that I need and sometimes it's on things that I don't. I have also been trying to live a lifestyle that I was living previously on 2 incomes, but I can't do that anymore. And although the last few months I've realized that and I've cut back a lot, I just kind of avoid looking at my checking account. I just try and hit a certain number between the 3 jobs that I'm working. I just try and hit a certain number every month because I have an idea that that's the number that I need, but I don't even know if that's right. And then at the end of the month, if I'm short for groceries or for a bill or whatever, I do tend to pull out the credit card, and that needs to stop. That needs to stop now. I cannot do that anymore. And now that I've looked at how much money I owe, I absolutely cannot do that anymore. Like, no, if anyone hears me putting anything on a credit card, please stop me. No, I can't do that anymore. All right, let's get into it. I'm a little nervous. I'm talking really fast because that's what I do when I'm nervous. So I'm going to try and slow myself down a little bit. My plan is, when I start going into my actual monthly budget, I will go into more details about how much money I make and things like that. But I am currently doing my main job, which I'm an IT manager. I work full time. I'm a salaried employee. I've been at that company for a little over 6 years now, and it's a good job. If I didn't owe all this money, I'd probably be set. Like, I'd be fine. But the unfortunate thing is that I owe more money than I make. Well, I don't know if I owe more than I make, but you get what I'm saying. I owe way too much money. and it's more than what I can actually pay down on just my income. So I do have two side hustles that I'm doing to bring in extra money. I do some gig work on the weekends for immediate money, immediate cash flow, and I also do reselling, so Poshmark and eBay. And my idea or my goal is to build up my Poshmark and eBay stores to be bringing in more money so I can reduce the amount of time that I do on gig work on the weekend. I'm not there yet, but hopefully one day. But that's what I've been doing to bring in extra money to make ends meet. And now it's time, I will continue to do that, but now it's time to really start digging into my finances to see where I can cut back so that I'm not burning myself out and I'm not like running myself and my car into the ground. So we will start this video by going over the debts that I owe. And then in the next video, I'll go over like my monthly budget on what I'm planning on spending on groceries and utilities and those type of things. And then we'll see where I'm at after that. I will say that I have never had a budget, and I don't think I have ever really listed out all my debts before and seen it all in one place. But to see each one listed, one right after the other, and to see that grand total at the bottom, it was a little overwhelming to the point where I had to step back for a few days before I could even come and talk about it. So I guess let's get into it. I will share my Google Sheets and we'll go through all the debts that I have and how much it is. Also, I don't have a good app. I don't know what to use to track my debts or my budget. I do have a subscription to Quick and Simplify. And although I'm in technology, I can't seem to really figure it out to where it's useful. I'm going to keep trying, but I have not been able to figure it out. So right now I downloaded an Excel spreadsheet from Etsy. I got, one that was like $4. And I'm going to use that in the meantime, because the other thing I was noticing is that I was trying to figure out this app or find an app that I can use. And in the meantime, I was just wasting days, where I'm at a point where I need to really look at this stuff now and get the ball rolling. Actually, it's in a Google Sheets. It's not an Excel spreadsheet. It's a Google Sheet document or file, and that's what I'm going to use for right now until I can figure out the fancy app that I can have on my phone so I can see it in real time all the time. But until then, the spreadsheet will have to do. All right, so I have my spreadsheet showing and we'll go through each debt. I have them already listed because I couldn't figure out how to like show them one by one. And I'll just scroll up and we'll go through each one. I don't have them listed in any particular order, but they're kind of listed lowest to highest. That wasn't on purpose, but we'll go through that and then we'll see where we're at. All right, so the first one here is Affirm. I believe this is actually 3 different Affirm loans. I just lumped them into one because it was easier. I mean, it's all the same interest, all paid monthly, but I think 2 of them are going to be done in like the next 2 or 3 months. And then I have one bigger one. This one, it's $583.12. I pay $108.09 a month. The next one is my Apple credit card. I owe $1,564.90. My interest rate is listed there, but I do not want to repeat it. My minimum payment on that is $52 a month. Next is my Sephora credit card. I can't even tell you what I've bought on that credit card. To be honest, I cannot tell you, but it's there. The balance has probably been that for about a year or more. $1,195.64. My minimum is $60. My Express credit card, which I have not bought anything from Express in months, but here it is, $1,372.75. My minimum is $65. My TJ Maxx credit card. As stupid as this is, when my ex-husband moved out of the house, there was some things that I wanted to update because I wanted to make my room mine. Of course, I bought that on a credit card because I didn't have the money. So stupid decision that I made. But here it is. A year later, we're still paying $1,065.89. My minimum payment on that is $42. I have a PayPal credit card. I can't even tell you what I've bought on there. I know some of it was things for my business that I don't know, remember what it is. Again, I'm going to try not beat myself up, but each one of these cars, I can't tell you what I've bought on them, and it's ridiculous. And yet I'm still paying, and I'll probably be paying for the next who knows how many years. But PayPal credit card, $4,450.28. My Nordstrom credit card, $2,497.30. My minimum on that one is $94. Oh, my minimum for PayPal is $143 a month. My Capital One credit card, $4,868.64. The one good thing about this is $1,500 of that was from a recent travel that I had to do for work. So that will be getting reimbursed in the next week or so, and then I can pay that down. The way it is right now, that's what I owe, and my minimum is $110. My Chase credit card, I transferred balances to this credit card, and why I have balances on the credit card, other credit cards, I don't know. But my Chase credit card is $14,458. It is currently at 0%, but I believe that 0% rate ends in the next month or two. Yeah, this one stresses me out because my current minimum is $145, and I know that's going to skyrocket. So I need to figure out quickly what to do about it. And then I have a personal loan, which is this upgrade loan for $30,000. $30,472.89. The only good thing about this one is that I believe it'll be paid off in about 4 years at $759.51 a month. So those are just my consumer debt loans. And I think if I'm figuring this out correctly, I don't know, this is some fancy calculator that I did, but this right here is the number of what I owe. $62,000, 62,530 with 26 cents. My minimum payments is $1,578.60 just for this. This is not including anything else that I owe, like my car and my mortgage. And I do have a medical loan, but I don't have it on here because I feel like this is all credit card related type things. So I didn't include that here. It'll be part of my monthly budget along with my car and my mortgage. I also have student loan debt. I'm not paying on them right now, which is another issue that'll probably be a whole other video. But I do. I have some student loans, not some. I have a lot of student loans. I have mine, and I have some parent loans that I took out for my daughter when she was in school, and eventually I'll have to pay that back. But that is not a today problem for me, but it will be. So what I need to do is to pay this. I should also add that I do have a 401k loan that I took out over a year ago, and I'm paying that back. That is automatically taken out of my paycheck before I get it. So yeah, as you can see, my situation is not great, not great at all. And this is as far as I've gotten so far. Got to the point to where I'm realizing how bad my situation is in actual numbers. Like I knew it was bad, but I didn't know exactly what that number attached to it was. And so with this number is what I need to focus on because of the interest rates on this stuff. I mean, it's going to take me years to pay it off. And if we look right here, this number here is mind blowing to me. $17,000 in interest that I'm going to pay. Like, you know what I can do with $17,000? A lot. You know what I can do with $17,000 added to my 401k? A lot. But no, I'm wasting it on interest right now. Yeah, let me stop sharing this. All right. So now we went through all the debt that I owe, which is a lot. Like now you know why it's taking me some time to digest this information. Like I said, I knew how bad my situation was. It hits different when you know that number. I'll be honest, I thought I was more like around the $35,000-$40,000 range because I don't see all this in one spot. It's all over the place. All the minimum payments are automated. I just make money and make sure it's in my account and it gets paid, and I kind of out of sight, out of mind type of thing. But I'm not making any progress, and I'm getting older and I can't continue to live this way. So now I need to do something. And this is my start. Again, this is not scripted. I'm just pretty much sharing where I'm at each week. This week was just to get a handle on how much I actually owe. And now I get paid tomorrow, September 24th, and I am going to budget out that paycheck And that's how I'm going to start figuring out how much I'm going to pay every month. With this paycheck that I get tomorrow, I got to pay my October mortgage. I think my last credit card payment for the month, I am paying 25th. So I'm paying in 2 days. That will probably come out. I have the money in my checking account. I think I got to check. It would be nice if it doesn't come out of this paycheck. It would be nice if I had enough in my account to cover it so that I can start fresh October 1st with this paycheck. We'll see. We'll see where I'm at. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for right now. I have not made a ton of progress, haven't paid anything off, but that's where I'm at. That's where I'm starting. I will probably be doing this in chunks because, as you can see, I ramble a lot and I need to get into the habit of having notes, keep myself on track. But if I try and do everything perfectly, I am going to never record a video and never really document and never make progress. I do feel that talking about this out loud helps me get into the mindset of actually sticking to my plan, kind of like I'm throwing it out into the universe, so I have no choice but to do it. So this helps. Even if nobody watches my videos, at least saying it out loud and recording it, it's there for me to go back and look at later and hold myself accountable. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, thank you for coming on this crazy ride with me. And in the next video, I will, like I said, go over the budget. And then probably in another video, I'll talk about my jobs in a little bit more detail and how much income I'm actually bringing in. I don't know. We'll see where I'm at. But that's what I've got today. And I will see you in the next one.